6 months ago, I stopped opening ChatGPT and I haven't gone back. The way I work with AI in 2026 looks nothing like how I used to in 2024. If you are a beginner trying to figure out where to start, watch until the end to skip 2 years of mistakes. The whole shift comes down to one word swap. 2 years ago, the skill was prompt engineering. That meant sitting down and typing clever questions into a chat box. Now, the skill is context engineering. That means giving AI a permanent memory of you, your business, your style, and your past work. So you don't even have to type the question. Think of it like hiring. On day 1 with a new hire, you spend hours briefing them. On day 90, they don't need briefing anymore. Context engineering is exactly that, except the AI absorbs everything about you and it never quits. I run an AI consulting business that generates over $600,000 in yearly revenue. We have completed over 50 client projects across 15 industries, and I spend most of my days reviewing AI work, not creating it. 5 trends made this possible. They look separate, but they aren't. The people who see how they connect will spend the next decade getting paid to do this work for businesses that can't. The first trend is agentic coding. Strip the word back. Agentic coding doesn't mean AI types code faster for you. It means AI does the work and you do the reviewing. The clearest example is Claude Code. It's a coworker, not an autocomplete. You tell it what you want, it goes and writes the files, runs the tests, and fixes its own mistakes. You read the changes when it's done. For my AI consulting backend, the job stopped being writing code. It became saying what I wanted, setting the rules, and reviewing the work. I broke down what that actually looks like day to day in another video. I will point you there at the end of this one. The concept you should know about is something called NMCP. It stands for Model Context Protocol. NMCP is the wire that lets your AI use your other tools, such as Slack, Notion, Calendar, or Gmail. It's what allows Claude to read your calendar, write to your database, search YouTube, or pull numbers from your CRM. With MCPs, AI not only answers your questions, but also takes actions on behalf of you. AI that can only talk is a chatbot. AI that can act is a coworker. The whole industry moved from one to the other. The second trend is open source agents. Most AI tools in 2024 were locked inside one company's product. You signed up, you paid, your data went to their service, and you got what they gave you. Open source is the complete opposite. The code is public and free. You run it on your own hardware. Your data doesn't leave your machine, and anyone in the world can improve the AI system. If I had to show a beginner one open source agent, it would be OpenClaw. It's an agent that plugs into your messaging apps like Telegram. You talk to it like a person, it remembers everything, and it connects to your tools. Just a year ago, the idea of OpenClaw would have sounded like magic. In 2026, real businesses are using it in production. The third trend is self-updating knowledge bases. Karpathy is one of the founders of OpenAI. Earlier this year, he posted about how he now works with AI. He puts his raw notes, articles he reads, ideas he has, or conversations he records into his personal AI. AI compiles them into a personal wiki. It cross-links them, compresses them, and updates them every time something new comes in. People online started calling this a Karpathy wiki. It's just a fancy name for a notebook that rewrites itself. For a beginner, picture it like this. You hire a researcher. Every week, you forward them everything interesting you read and everything important you said in meetings. 6 months later, they hand you a book on your own business. That's better than anything you could have written yourself. That's what context engineering produces. Not a single prompt that solves a single problem. A system that gets better every time you feed it. The cost is only a habit. Drop your inputs in one place. The payoff compounds every week, forever. I know how that sounds, like an exaggeration. The first month feels like nothing, but in month 4, you realize you can't work without it. The fourth trend is about how AI remembers. The technical name is RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation. RAG is just AI's memory. When you ask AI something, it goes and looks stuff up in a library you gave it before answering. That library lives inside something called a vector database, a fancy filing cabinet that finds files by meaning instead of keywords. In 2023, everyone built one of these. Throw all your documents in, ask a question, and the AI finds the most most related chunks and answers. People call this naive RAG. It worked for demos, but it fell apart in real businesses. In 2026, that's been replaced. The chunking as well as the ranking got smarter, and some teams even skipped the retrieval entirely. Instead, they write a clean reference book that the AI reads in one sitting. Karpathy's Wiki is exactly that approach. But as a non-technical AI founder, you don't need to remember the whole architecture. The takeaway is simpler for you. AI memory wasn't reliable in 2023. In 2026, it is. That's the trend. The fifth trend is workflow native AI. The first wave of AI lived in a separate tab. You opened ChatGPT in the browser, you asked your question, you copied your answer, and you paste it back into your real work. That's over now. AI shows up everywhere you already are. For example, Grok lives inside X. You can ask Grok about a thread directly on X without leaving. Claude code lives inside the terminal where developers work. My own AI operating system lives inside Telegram. I send it a voice note from a coffee shop, and it replies with the answer I would have spent 20 minutes finding. AI used to be a destination, now it's a layer. You don't visit it, it's already where you are. For a beginner, the rule is this: if you find yourself opening a tab to ask AI something, you are still in 2024. The 2026 version puts the AI inside the tab you're already in. These are the 5 AI trends of 2026. They look like 5 different stories, but they aren't. They are all describing the same thing. AI that lives where you work, remembers what you did, and can act on your behalf. Stack those together and you don't have a chatbot anymore. You have a coworker. AI stopped being a thing you only talk to. It became a thing you build around. But here is what almost nobody's talking about this. Most business owners have no idea any of this is possible. They don't know context engineering exists. They have never touched an MCP. Every trend you just heard made AI more powerful. Somebody has to build it for businesses. And that's what we do every week. We walk into a business, audit how they actually run, and decide where AI fits. We then go on and build the system. That's the model. Being the AI architect. Diagnose first, prescribe second, and then build. The opportunity is helping businesses build around the new trends. If you want to see how I use Claude Code to run my $600,000 AI consulting business day to day, click the video you see on the screen. See you there.